What is up, guys? Ashton here, and this is going to be a much different video than usual. It's not just going to be me showing you my chase, but this is what not to do on a storm chase, because I made some serious mistakes that I could have ended up hurting myself or even worse, and we don't want that happening, especially to me, because I got a whole long life to live for chasing, to never stop chasing, that is. So I'm going to be probably commentating over this video just to show you what not to do on a chase, because I don't want anyone else getting hurt, and especially not me or people who take after me. So please do not try this at home. I am a hardened storm chaser. I've chased quite a bit now, and I know what I'm doing, although it did not seem like I did on Tuesday. But anyways, don't try it at home unless you have prior background or know what you're doing. So yeah, let's get on with this.
Currently about to fill up the tank. We got about a 6.5 hour drive to Memphis, and then we will probably be dropping south into central Mississippi, getting ready for this tornado outbreak. It's not looking good for Jackson or Memphis or anywhere in between. So, updates to come. Never stop chasing.
Now, first off, never go chasing unless you have the funds to do it. Because here, I don't have funds. I don't get paid to do this. I do it just out of my own pocket, out of my own time and everything. So don't go chasing. I mean, I'm not stopping you guys. This is just my experience. But if you want to do chasing, like do full-time chasing like I do, you got to get the funds necessary to do it. Otherwise, you're going to go broke instantly. Because a chase can cost from, just depending on where you go, local, about less than $100. But, I went 3 states over and it cost me a couple $100 just to go chasing. So it's very expensive to chase, guys. So keep that in mind. So first off, just make sure you have the funds to go chasing. Now, if I can get monetized on this channel and my other channel, then definitely I will have funds to go chasing, and definitely through donations and stuff like that on the channel, that will definitely get me some funds. But I'm not asking for you guys to do that. You don't have to do that. Don't waste your money on me, because, sometimes I won't see stuff. But, I mean, it would be a very good idea, though, to hit the like button and the subscribe button down below. That way we can get the word out to everyone about what this channel is about, and that I'm just trying to help the public and make everyone aware about severe weather, So make sure you guys go hit the subscribe button. That way we can get monetized. But as much as I'd like to get monetized, I'm just in it to help people, So money's not everything, but in this day and age, oof.
Currently here just north of downtown Little Rock. We are filling up one more time, and then it's on to Memphis, and then probably down to Yazoo City, where we will probably be staying the night, and then intercepting some violent tornadoes tomorrow. And as of right now, it's not looking any better for those in the immediate impact zones. So please keep your prayers for everyone in these moderate risks, and we're going to get on the road chasing tomorrow. Never stop chasing.
Here, I'm filling up my tank again, because, Little Rock from Norman is about a couple 100 miles, so I had to fill up the tank again. So gas is your best friend. Well, I mean, that and the weather when it comes to chasing, but you need to make sure you are finding the cheapest gas possible and filling up all the way, because if you go out and get stuck and not have any gas in your tank, you're screwed. You're stuck, and you don't, especially if you're in the path of a tornado, you do not want to run out of gas. So make sure you have a full tank of gas like I did there, and always find the cheapest gas. Otherwise, you're gonna blow your bank or you're gonna blow your gas tank. That rhymed.
I'm coming to you guys live outside of Bass Pro World out here in Memphis, as we are now inside the moderate risk for tomorrow, getting ready to intercept those violent tornadoes, hopefully, and definitely going to be an exciting day tomorrow.
Here I'm talking about, the excitement and violent tornadoes that I'm going to intercept. But, I gotta, I have autism. So, it's kind of hard, like, to communicate, like, for you guys to understand what I'm thinking and how I'm expressing it. So, people say, don't be excited for severe weather and because, people could get hurt and stuff. But that's not really what I'm meaning. I'm really just saying, like, I'm super excited to chase and excited to see stuff. But also, deep down, I'm really worried about all the people that are in the areas and the risks. And I don't want to see them hurt. And that's why I always go out and get things. I again, got a case of water in case, something bad happens. So, you know, just people just you guys need to watch your words, like with, you know, don't don't be like, saying, "Ooh, I can't wait to see a town get hit." Like, no, don't say that. You can be excited to see like violent tornadoes and stuff, but just word it differently, But you know, it's hard for me though. So just know that's what I mean. But think what you think. I'm not a bad person at all. I love weather. I love people. I love to help. Just watch your words, people.
I'm currently here in downtown Yazoo City, where we are awaiting initiation of these supercells that are about to form pretty soon, probably in the next, 5 hours or so. So we're going to stay here, enjoy the city, and be praying that this place does not get hit again, because we all know what happened in 2010. We don't need a repeat of that, but it's not looking good for here. So I'll keep you guys updated throughout the day and never stop chasing.
So here I'm in downtown Yazoo City right here. I'm really this was my target. My target was Yazoo City and around Jackson. But what you guys need to know is stick to your target locations. Don't go out of your way to chase, a random rogue supercell that's out of the risk and isn't really hanging on to like the environment, because you'll see later on that's what we did. But make sure just stick to your targets, especially when that's the best place, because some people can stir your thinking and make you want to tempt you to go somewhere else. So stick to your target location, people.
As you can tell right now, the low-level jet is absolutely ripping here in Yazoo. The clouds have started to come in a little bit more, but I don't know if these will get into any type of convection or tap into any potential energy that's available right now. At this point right now, all signs indicate that there's going to be probably a significant tornado outbreak today. Especially around here and just around central Mississippi. So please, everyone, be prepared today for the worst, because it could happen. And it is going to happen pretty dang soon, if it does. So, updates to come. Never stop chasing. I have just taken this sounding out of Yazoo City at 0Z. That's around 5 to 7 p.m. And that it's a little bit contaminated, but still, that is a great photograph, and it is looking nasty. But the good news is people here in Yazoo City are taking the weather seriously today. I am hearing amongst the folk that they are prepared for the worst, and they're letting everyone else know around the area that it could get bad. So good sign here that people are weather aware, and make sure everyone tune into Ryan Hall. That way you guys have the best coverage of the weather today, as well as any other storm chaser on the ground. So here I was sitting in here in a McDonald's in Yazoo City, the only McDonald's in Yazoo City,
Surprisingly, there's no Starbucks in Yazoo City because I had absolutely terrible Wi-Fi at the McDonald's. That's McDonald's Wi-Fi for you though. But yeah, you always need to have some good connection to the internet. That way, in case you need to look at radar models, anything like that. I recommend getting like a personal hotspot as well as like a personal satellite, some sort of connection that's portable. That we have access to the internet. But yeah, the people here in Yazoo, all remember because that it's a super tight knit community there. It's just over 10,000 people in Yazoo, and they all remember what happened in 2010. I know Reed does too, especially because he had to help him, Joel, and Chris. God bless Joel. Yeah, yeah, but they they all remember what happened. EF4, almost 2 mile wide wedge went through the east side of town, and just absolutely destroyed the place. And it was not a good scene there. So that's why they were super weather aware down there. And it's no rare occurrence down in Dixie for a tornado outbreak to happen, especially recently. So people definitely were weather aware, but I was just having to make sure that they were extra aware and getting more people around them aware. So that's the main goal of storm chasing. To some at least. The main goal of storm chasing for me and a lot of others is just to make sure that the public is aware and safe during these events. And then after that, it's about having fun and getting good video, science, data collection, all that stuff. But for me, it's definitely just to help the people and make them aware. So that's why I was telling them, watch your local, keep paying attention to your news stations, weather warnings, everything like that. Make sure to watch Ryan Hall, download Radar Omega and in any radar app so you can get warnings and have a weather radio and have your weather preparation kits in place. So in case the worst does come. So yeah. Currently worst case scenario here in Yazoo City because look at this. So the sun is now out. It is clear here. Instability is about to go insane, and the threat for strong to violent long track tornadoes is going to be here within the next few hours. Please, everyone, take your weather precautions seriously today because it is going to be probably the worst case scenario. So get ready, people. I was saying it was going to be the worst case scenario possible because all ingredients in that event were pointing towards that, especially with the clouds. There was no convection that morning. And the clouds were clearing super early and the temperature was rising. So I figured, with everything in play right now, this could turn out to be a really bad situation. I wouldn't say it would be the worst case scenario, but it was turning out to be pretty dang bad. So, don't, I've had a tendency to, sometimes overhype things and oversimplify things, but it just, watch your words, people. Just watch your words.
What is up, guys? Ashton here. We are live in chase mode. Major tornado outbreak here, underway already. We have a violent tornado down on the ground down in Louisiana. We are currently just south of Indianola, Mississippi, and it is only going to get rougher from here. We are going to have violent long track wedges, probably. Not good for the Jackson and central Mississippi area, even all the way out to Tuscaloosa. We're about to meet up with Reed, and we're going to follow him, and we're going to get some tornadoes today. Never stop chasing.
So here, there was definitely a violent tornado down on the ground near Caldwell, Louisiana. Caldwell Parish, at least. I'm not sure exactly what cities there were. I haven't heard of any cities. All I heard was Caldwell Parish. And that's the one thing about this outbreak I didn't understand. I still have not heard really of any confirmed tornadoes besides that one and the one that went into Fruitdale, Alabama. Those are the only two tornadoes I have actually heard and actually seen. And then maybe the one that went into Yazoo, but definitely there was a very high risk of no, not an actual high risk, but definitely a high percentage of some wedges and probably some long track tornadoes that day. And the one in Caldwell, from what I heard, was apparently a wedge, but I didn't see any pictures of it, so I can't give you a confirmation. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the timber.
We saw that storm too. Sorry, actually, we got to go, man.
Where are we going?
South?
North? Got it. Got it. All right, let's go.
all right. So right here, I met up with Reed. Somehow I magically found him. No, yeah. So no, I'm good friends with Reed. I was watching a stream and I knew exactly where he was. He was near Indianola. Then I followed him all the way around, and we stopped near Jackson, and then we saw a tornado. We saw a supercell just go right up in front of us, just to our north of Jackson, and it really exploded on radar. But note, do not follow Reed Timmer around unless you're actually a part of his team, or what you're doing, because they have a mission. Team Dominator, us, we got a mission. We want to get as close as we can to these things, and get scientific data from these things. That's Reed had his he had a follow vehicle. I'm not sure exactly who it was. He told me who it was, but it was just so quick. Everything happened like that. We had to get going. We had to get north on I-55. But yeah, just do not interfere with professional chasers and their missions, because it, you know, it's not good. Not it's not. I mean, it can be rude, but it's just it can be just like just another addition that could be like a burden. So I was fine with doing it. He was fine with me chasing him. I always whenever Reed's out chasing, I've always vowed to find him and follow him around and see if I can get close to a tornado with him. But sometimes that also can be a limiting factor, because what if sometimes I'm not saying this because Reed. Yeah, I love you, man. You're a great guy. You're a doctorate. Reed's a doctorate, guys. So he knows what he's doing. But I'm not saying that he didn't know what he was doing that time. But I just felt like if I just went off on my own that time, I probably could have seen a little bit more. Because I was trying to catch up with Reed too much. I was falling behind too far. But he and plus they were out much later than me. You gotta train your body for this. You gotta train your body to make sure you can go hours and hours without sleep, days without sleep, even go days without food. Taking a shower. So it takes mental and physical preparation to do this. So I'm not saying I would have seen anything without Reed, or had I stuck with him, I wouldn't have seen anything or seen anything, But, just make sure that you follow who you want to follow, and trust your own instincts, but also, always take friendly advice from people who know better than you, especially from Reed, because Reed, he knows quite a thing or two. I don't know. Does he know a thing or two? Nah, yeah, he has a doctorate. He's like 20 years of meteorology, so he knows a thing or two. But yeah.
What is up, guys? Asher here. We are on a tornado warned supercell. This thing is about to produce a monster, says Reed. He's right in front of me by about a mile or two. We kind of lost him after we got stuck behind a truck. But this thing is apparently wrapping up really tightly, and we're about to get right into it. We are almost to Vaden, Mississippi on I-55.
All right, so here, as you know, this is Dixie. Those who are not familiar, Dixie Alley is the lower Mississippi Valley that includes Louisiana, portions of Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina. That's like your Dixie Alley. And for those who don't know what that is you got trees everywhere. Trees absolutely everywhere. It's like the jungles. You got hills all over the place. Storms down there generally are always very, very low to the ground. Out here in Oklahoma and the high plains, they have decent elevation to the storm's base, but down in Dixie, they are usually always hovering above the ground and very, very close bases that are basically touching the ground. So you don't even know if there's a tornado or not. And always these things down in Dixie, usually they're high preset monsters, and they will dump and dump rain, making everything rain wrapped. And also, you have to deal with the fact that storms down in Dixie usually are more likely to be moving faster than, something out in the Midwest. Like Midwest, you'll have storm motions at like 25 to 30, 30 plus, But down in Dixie, usually there's never a time where storms are going under 50 miles an hour. They will always be race cars. Like, some storm motion down there I've seen go like 75 to 80, and it's just impossible. Plus, you have no road networks really out there. And also because, this was like around the Mississippi River Delta, you don't have any crossings across the Mississippi River for like miles and miles. And you have to go backtrack to even find a road. And also, roads out there are always super curvy, not great options as to like getting any directions, like getting close to a storm or anything. So you're really limited. And it was my first time chasing down in Dixie. So I was not walking into something blind, basically. So I had no clue what to expect. And boy, did it show. So I don't think I'm going to be chasing in Dixie ever. I mean, I'm not obviously I'm going to chase in Dixie again, but I'm setting the standards here. I have to be very, very confident to know that there is going to be tornadoes. Like, it's got to be a very, very high moderate risk or even a high risk for me to chase in Dixie again, because you'll see.
We're going to see a tornado today.
Right here, I was pretty overconfident because, there was still a really high chance of seeing a tornado that day. But just don't be overconfident in yourself, and don't go into a chase expecting you'll see something, because, you'll see why. But just don't go into something expecting you'll see it, even on a high risk day, because, down in Alabama a couple of years ago, was it last year? I'm not sure. Sometime in Alabama, it was a high risk or something, and there was not that many tornadoes, and it really was a very bust of a high risk. So you'll see why.
Maybe more than one. It's only 3 o'clock, guys. We still have 9 more hours of available time. Yes, sir. All right, we gotta get gas right here. Never mind, we're not gonna get gas. We gotta go.
Going back to say what I said about gas, make sure you always have gas before you jump on a storm. Because right here, I'm down to like, I don't know, about less than a tenth of a tank of gas left. So I basically had no gas. So I was really stressing that I'm going to get caught right in the path of this thing. Because we were driving right into the path of it. So I was worried I was going to get pummeled by tennis balls and, maybe even a tornado. So make sure you have gas before jumping on the storm. Otherwise, you could be screwed.
We're behind.
Like I said, you got to be able to catch people, because some storm chasers, they have to go fast. So make sure you guys are able to catch up to people if you're following anyone, just anyone in general, like, your friends, or, if you're following Reed, like I was. I mean, Reed is my friend, but make sure you guys can catch up to people, because some people like to go fast and like to get to storms in a hurry, especially Reed. Same with me, but, I usually get there before, but we that storm popped up so quick, so we wouldn't have time to, we didn't really have any time to jump on it, so, yeah.
Oh, no, well, we can't, guys. We have to go. We have to get this. Guys, we might see a monster right here. Gonna get a clearing. Mezzo's enormous. I can't really see it. This thing's gonna be rain wrapped. All right, here we go. Get ready. We're going in, guys. That is not it in front of you. That's just the base of the storm. It's gonna be on the left. We gotta hurry. We gotta get there quick. Welcome to the jungles of Mississippi. Chasing, but like this is the worst place to chase. Like everyone knows this is the worst place to chase. Mississippi, especially. Oh my! Holy rip! We dude, this thing's gonna produce a monster! Here we go! Woo! Oh! Oh! Guys, not good. Not good. This is not good. This might have two. This thing looks like it have two tornadoes. There it is right there on your left. There it is. There it is. We're gonna intercept. It's coming down. Violent tornado. Violent tornado about to produce. This thing can turn into a violent wedge. It's gonna do it.
Here I thought it was going to produce a wedge indeed, but in fact, that was just how low the ground it was, you know, silly mistakes like this. Like I knew, I'm just on so much adrenaline at that moment, but I know that it's Dixie. All these wall clouds are going to be so low to the ground. It looks like they could produce a wedge on all these storms. But it did have two areas of rotation that could possibly produce tornadoes, and it had enough. At this point, this was probably the best looking that the rotation was on velocity scans, which is indicating that it could produce a violent tornado at any minute. But you'll see. You'll see what happens.
Alright, we gotta get ready. Oh, there it is! There it is on the left! There's the wall cloud! Man, that's low on the ground! Alright, we gotta get this. Alright, here we go. Oh no. Great. Now, go. This is not good. We're about to enter the tornado warning zone. Hatch area. We're out to enter the polygon.
So right here, you got to be prepared for anything with traffic, because when it comes to storms, usually on interstates and stuff, trucks, they don't care. They'll just keep going. They want to go. Unless, they obviously can see it. But everyone's just driving straight into this. And plus, there's two semis going practically the same speed in both lanes. So it's also it's hard to slow. It's hard to go slow when you're right next to this thing. So make sure you're prepared for any type of traffic and be safe when it comes to coming near traffic and people who don't know exactly what's going on. And also, you got to be able to communicate to other drivers what's in front of you, like somehow, but in a safe way.
Hold on, guys. We're about to intercept the monster. Get ready. It's getting hairy. There's stuff hitting the car. Wind's picking up. I'm not nervous about most things, but this storm is a little scary because this is my first like actual chase down here in Dixie.
If you don't feel comfortable about this and you're really nervous, pull over and wait for it to pass. But of course I didn't, because there was that back of my mind saying, no, this is something interesting, and it's Dixie, and I can't see it. But then again, there's the other part of me that's like, drive at it, get visual, find a clearing somewhere, get as close as you can and as safely as you can. So just if you're nervous about driving into a storm, don't do it.
So we're getting some definite rotation winds from the mesocyclone here. Go, bye. Go, buddy. Get over. Thank you. Get ready. All right, Reed's out. We're gonna get visual.
Reed usually always has his drone just in case. Now, this is a good recommendation for Dixie because of the trees and everything else in the way. You should definitely invest. Well, I'm gonna invest sometime in a drone that's that can handle weather and wind and all that at just above the ground, so we can get visual on the side of the tornado. Because at this point, I'm driving into it blind, but Reed, he pulled over and had the drone, and he actually can see where this thing is. So definitely, if you aren't chasing in Dixie a lot, invest in a drone. That will save you a lot of stress trying to see something. Because if not, you're going to drive into something blind and not even know.
Yeah, this thing's gonna do it. There's a storm chaser right there. This thing's about to do it. We have big lightning too. I don't know what Reed's saying, but he's got. There's a tornado. See there? Did he say there's a tornado? Shoot. Sugar. Oh boy, here we go. This is it, guys. We're gonna see it right here if it's on the ground. I can't tell. These trees are so stupid. Oh, it's gonna be a wedge. It's gonna be a wedge. I saw it. There it is. It's there on the left. Where's Reed? Where's Reed? Here it is, here it is. Look to your left, look to your left. It's gonna be right here. I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one it is. We gotta get a little bit further. We're gonna have to stop here. This thing, I don't even know which one's the tornado. It's so weird. It's so low to the ground. This is so weird being in Dixie because everything's so low to the ground you don't know what it is. We might be driving into a tornado, guys. Hold on here. Tornado warning! Whoa! Here we go! Let's go!
Right here, I didn't know which one it was because this thing actually had two areas of rotation on it. And it had two wall clouds, believe it or not. And they were both spinning, so I was trying to figure out which one it was. But then they both merged together. So what you guys need to do, you guys need to make sure you check velocity so that way you know which one has the better likelihood of producing a tornado or not. At this point, they both look very strong on rotation, but once they merged together, it became one big old blob. So yeah, just make sure you look at velocity.
Get ready. Where's Reed? Where the heck is Reed? It's gonna be, I don't know where it is. I can't see it. It's rain wrapped. This is a rain wrapped tornado. Holy rip. Get ready. We're not driving into this. Well, here we are. There's Reed. There's Reed. My where is it? It's right there! Oh, it's right on top of us! Here it is! It's right on top of us! It's right on top of us, guys! Rotation's on us. Yeah, there it is, Kevin, you're right. Where's this thing in our drop? Hold on. We're inside the rotation. It's not on the ground, I don't think. Wow. Dang. Where is this tornado? Alright, well, I don't see a tornado here. Alright, let's go. Keep going. Alright, here we go. Alright, gotta get back. Gotta find this tornado.
So right here, right when we saw the wall cloud at first, it was probably one of the strongest points that this thing was at. But right as it was crossing over the 55, it was recycling, and it decided to recycle, and so we had to continue following it get further east. So it did not produce right there, but
all right, we're probably about to drive into the hail core.
So it's totally up to you, but I do not recommend it. If you want to drive into a hail core, by all means go ahead, but the risks are get your car all destroyed, windshield, anything, and then your chase is over. So this storm had a tennis ball sized hail apparently just a couple miles ahead of me, and I was driving blindly right into it. So I've been really lucky with my car because I only have like 2 or 3 hail dents. I've only gotten hit by some giant hail. I've been in some pretty big hailstorms, and somehow they've only come out with a couple dents. So like on September 17th, I drove through like a $quarter to $half sized storm with Reed. I only got 1 dent from that, believe it or not. And then I drove on November 4th. We had a golf balls just before the tornado touchdown south of us, and as well as the other 2 tornadoes on that storm. And then on this chase, I only got 1 dent. So I've been pretty lucky with hailstones. So how I haven't lost a windshield or anything yet, beyond me. But I don't recommend driving into a hailstorm unless you have a hail rack or you do want to have the risk of destroying your car. So, yeah.
Well, I don't think we saw a tornado. At least I don't think there was a tornado there. It's too rainy to tell. We definitely had a large wall cloud, though, that was rapidly rotating. Zero visibility on I-55. Getting blasted by RFD. You got RFD.
Usually this is the spot where you do not want to be inside a supercell because you're getting almost... this storm probably barely had very much RFD, but, you know, so on some of the strongest tornadoes, you know, you have RFD winds over 100 miles an hour. So you do not want to be right behind just west of the hook because that is where you're going to have the RFD winds, and they can really kick up and also throw hail and all sorts of precip at you, which is not very good. But thankfully this one didn't have enough, so I don't recommend you going right behind just west of a supercell's hook.
I think we got hail. RFD winds. Big hail. Whoa! Hold on! Alright guys, gorilla hail maybe, Reed said. He said big hail. Alright guys, I think we're done with this storm. Oh wow. Yeah, we're done with this storm. We gotta find the next one.
Do not abandon storms unless you absolutely need to and find a different storm. This storm had all the potential to produce tornadoes later down the road, but it just needed to get its act together. So just look at all your options, see if this storm could possibly do it, and then make your decision whether you're going to stay on the storm or drop it. Because at this point, there was no need for me to get off the storm. So yeah.
All right, about to do a 4-punch. This thing apparently has tennis balls, and we're getting some RFD winds. At least some outflow dominant winds here. It still has a very well endowed hook. I saw a giant puddle right there. I'm not going to that.
Hydroplaning is a big deal when it comes to storm chasing. You always want to be making sure you are not driving into little puddles of water that are on the road, because if you go over those and lose traction, game over for you. And we've lost chasers because of that, and you just got to be careful. I know. No, it shouldn't happen to anyone, but it even can get the best of people. So please be careful when it comes to hydroplaning, so you do not get yourselves hurt.
Trying to find the core of this thing. It's looking very blobby on radar.
At this point, this is where I should have just dropped the storm and went back south towards Yazoo, because that's where the tornado was starting to form down there. Apparently there was a tornado, but like I said, there was like 20-something confirmed tornadoes apparently that night from as of this point right now. Yet I only saw like evidence of 2 or 3 of them. That'd be the Caldwell tornado, the Fruitdale tornado, and then the Yazoo tornado. That I don't even know if that happened, but those are the only 3 tornadoes that night that I actually heard about and saw pictures of. So I'm still on the edge of saying it was a tornado outbreak or not. The data shows it was, but still, I don't know.
Gotta get to Eupora. I think this storm's dying. You gotta watch out, because we're about to hook slice. I think this thing does have a tornado right next to me. On the right. This thing might have a tornado on the right. This is rain ramp.
Right here, I am putting myself in a very dangerous spot, because I'm driving right into the path of where the hook will cross straight over the highway right here. And I'm driving right into it, and this storm is recycling while I'm driving right at it. And on my right, you can't see anything because it's so rain wrapped. So I didn't know if there was a tornado there. The only way to find out was whether with radar or with finding out yourself. But do not hook slice unless you intend to get really dang close to a tornado or not even see a tornado. But don't do it unless you are willing to put that risk up. But I don't recommend it at all, because especially in Dixie when you can't see anything, and especially because this thing was rain wrapped to all heck, not a good idea. Do not hook slice unless you are prepared.
Guys, Reed just said we're driving into it. we're about to intercept this tornado. Hold on. Hold on, it's on our right. Let's get this thing. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, stop. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, guys, RFD, RFD. We're RFD wins. We got RFD wins.
Right here, like I said, I should have just stopped because I was driving into some RFD winds, and that's a telltale sign that there's some sort of circulation right in front of you. Whether if it is a tornado or not, there's still some sort of circulation and rotating winds, inflow and outflow coming in. And right here, this was the inflow winds, actually. Believe it or not, the circulation was actually behind me and still coming towards me, I believe. So I should have just stopped. Or maybe even if, because there was a bunch of center medians on this highway, I should have just turned back around and went the other way so I don't get hit by it. Or I should have just kept on driving to get out of it. So, not kept on driving. Stop or turn around and get back the other way so I don't drive straight into it. So, yeah. Do not drive straight into a hook unless you want to get hit by a tornado or some sort of circulation. Not a good idea.
It's right in front of us. I'll bet you it's right in front of us. Well, Harry, if it's anything, it's right in front of us now. If anything, there's a tornado right in front of us. It's like crossing the highway. Oh, yeah. Yep, tornado's right here. It's right here. If it's on the ground, it's right in front of us. I bet you it's on the ground. Oh no, this is right here. Here we go. We got winds that are wrapping back around. I think we got southerlies. Not good.
By southerlies, I mean winds coming out of the south. So basically, we got your hooks right here. So basically, the southerlies are what's coming up from the south. So basically, this is the leading edge of any circulation or tornado that could be embedded in this rain. So basically, there's a tornado either right behind me or a very, very strong amount of circulation right behind me. And I'm about to get eaten by it, which is not good. This is where I want to pull the heck over and probably find some shelter because I don't know what's in here. No one knew what was in there besides radar and people who did see it, but there was nothing in there. So, but for future reference, people, if you get southerlies and you're hook slicing, pull over and find some shelter if you're not prepared to be inside a tornado or some sort of very, very strong circulation.
Very dangerous storm. Guys, I just saw leaves raining from the sky.
Usually when you see leaves running from the sky in a rain-wrapped portion of the storm where you're in the hook, yeah, that's never really a good sign because that is A, circulation from the mezzo, or B, that is a rain-wrapped tornado that you're driving right into or is somewhere close by. So yeah, right here, I should have just stopped because I could have been driving into a rain-wrapped giant tornado. Don't do it.
I don't know. It's a little worrying, but we're basically about to be in the hook. Hold on, right here. Wait, whoa. Trees are blowing like crazy. Trees are blowing like crazy right here. Gotta watch this right in front of us.
Yeah, we're gonna go south and then Yazoo City storm next. This one does look interesting.
As you guys probably just heard Reed say that there's a storm down in Yazoo. Now, this storm actually did produce a tornado, so I've heard, just north of town. And this right here was the moment where I was like, I should have stayed in Yazoo, and I would have been able to see some stuff, and maybe just west of Yazoo. So that's the moment where I was like, this is not going to go well for me now that I'm out of position. So we'll see what this storm does, but this storm's not looking as good as the one in Yazoo. So this is actually a different cell that was behind the supercell we just intercepted. So there was like 3 different supercells in a line, but this is the weakest out of the 3.
I think if this one didn't have those wave storms, it probably would have produced. Man, seems a decent rotation back southwest.
It's really wrapping up right there. Look in front of us, look at it. It's wrapping up. It's trying. That thing is trying so hard right in front of us. Look at it. Look at it right in front of us. It's really, really trying right here. Hold on here. I'll find the weed.
When I say it was wrapping up, it really wasn't, but then again, it kind of was. So basically, you can see all these low clouds underneath the base of the storm coming off this shelf cloud here. This is what it was trying to form a mezzo on this thing, but it was just so weak that it couldn't even do it. So I should have just said, you know what, let's just drive straight through this and get to Yazoo, or at least get south on I-55 and not try to find Reed for the moment, because Reed was a couple minutes ahead of me and he was already, thinking like, yeah, let's get down to Yazoo. But yeah, this storm just didn't have it in it.
Oh boy, guys, this is a little hairy right here. Very interesting low-hanging scud all over the place.
Alright, we're going to drop top of that next. Tornado warning storm that's down near Yazoo. Just watching this mesocyclone first, this severe warning storm as it heads on to the east. Probably just too much stable air. Yeah, this one.
Where's all my unstable air at?
Where's all my unstable air at? You know where it was, Ashton. It was down in Yazoo. You should have stayed put, buddy. Way to go past me. Guys. See, like I said, this is just a video of mistake after mistake after mistake. And it really is starting to tick me off now that I'm rewatching this again. Oh boy. Ashton. You have much to learn, you have, young Padawan.
You guys know the Yazoo. What's that on the right? I don't think this is gonna do it. It looks close. heavy precip. Alright, we're on another tornado warned supercell. This one has 2 on it. This one's got 2 circulations.
So at this point, this is the Yazoo City storm now that it has 2 areas of circulation. It recycled since it was in Yazoo after it dropped the tornado. At this point, I should not be driving towards this thing because it has a well-defined hook echo on the radar, and it's exhibiting very tornadic features to it, and it could have a tornado at any second. So I'm driving through the core right now, and I'm driving right towards this thing.
Sorry, I'm not talking because I'm really focused on the road.
With how heavy the rain is coming down here, I really needed to be paying attention more to the road than I could to the storm or the radar or read or anything. So at this point, I'm literally just staring down the road, not giving a care. But I also need to be aware of what could be potentially going on around me, not just from the weather, but also other drivers on the road, because we're getting really treacherous out here.
I can't see anything. We gotta get south as soon as we can, or else we're gonna be in the path of this tornado if it's confirmed.
Right here, I am realizing that this thing is really accelerating, and we're about to be in the path of this potential tornado, because on radar at the moment it looked like it was probably down on the ground because of how tight the rotation was. So I just realized, like, oh shoot, so I need to get south as soon as I can. That way I'm not in the direct path of this thing, or else I could have gotten hit. But just, if you see that you're going to be in the path of a tornado, stop where you are and let it pass, or take shelter somewhere, because at this point it's rain wrapped, it's night, it's Mississippi, you can't see it coming. So your chances of being able to successfully see the tornado and get out of the way of it is very slim, which could lead to some bad things.
So right where we are, we're about to get hit by the tornado. There's a tornado here. We got debris in the road. So obviously the circulation did not touch down from the north cell, but the mesocyclone was producing enough wind to definitely kick up some stuff. But the southern one that just came out of Yazoo looks like it's going to do it. It's going to be the one. And that's the one that we're about to drive right into if we don't hurry. And we're not gonna, dude. We're dead. This is not good. We're freaking screwed. This thing could have a massive tornado. I don't even know. Because 1, we're in Mississippi. For 2, it's night. For 3, welcome to the jungle. 4, we got blinding rain. 5, super low base. 6, high precip, fast moving monsters. Yeah. So we're screwed.
Like, I legit was fearing for my life right here, because I did not know whether this thing had a mile-wide tornado on the ground or there was no tornado at all. So I was just preparing for the worst, that there could be a giant tornado about to cross the freeway. And so I was actually scared right here. Like, legit, like, that's not common for me to get scared. I'm not scared of really anything, and especially in the weather, but this right here, this got to me, and this was really freaking me out. So if you guys get scared, just pull the heck over and wait this thing out safely, because driving straight into a hook echo that is very, very tight, almost gate to gate, don't. It's not good.
I have a better chance of surviving a tornado than I do hydroplaning. Actually, I don't know if that's true, but to me, I think it's true.
like I said here, I was really worried about hydroplaning here too. Not just from the tornado or anything, but I did not want to hydroplane because all these semis, they're still going, 50, 60 miles an hour because I don't know why they do that, but they do. But I I think that is a true statistic that more people have you have better you have a higher chance of dying hydroplaning accident than you do with getting hit by a tornado. So yeah.
Well, there's a little bit of a nub coming out of the old circulation, the one that just passed right over us. This is not good, guys. We're driving right into a tornado, and I don't even know. It's right here. It's right here. There's debris.
Right here, you're actually able to see where we are at right now. This is actually in the bear's cage. The little tiny bit of area, like the little triangle in between the hook echo and the rest of the storm. So this is where the rain. There's going to be a little bit of rain, but it's going to mostly stop for a little bit, and then once you get in the hook echo, the rain's going to pick back up, and that's when you're going to see all the swirling wind and rain, especially in a rain wrapped tornado. Which this could have been a rain wrapped tornado that we were driving straight into in the next few minutes.
Whoa, 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 whoa! We got rotating winds! Did you guys just see that? I don't even know where I am. Hold on. Hold on, guys. We're about to hit it.
Now, I don't know if you guys saw it, but those were leaves and everything, and the winds were just slamming my car. And I thought right here I thought that was it. I legit thought that was it, and I thought there was a tornado, and we're about to get blown away by it. Because you can see the winds really rotating. That was easily had to have been probably a good 90-mile-an-hour wind gust right there, because man, it blew me off it literally blew me off the road. And I don't know if it was a tornado. I don't know if it was RFD or what, or if it was me hydroplaning, but
that was at least a 90-mile-an-hour wind gust right there, and it blew me off the road. So I really thought that was it, and I was, yeah. It's a dangerous job, guys. This is a dangerous thing. Not everyone can do it. And sometimes even the best of the best, they think they're safe, but they're not. And it's will end in tragedy sometimes. So I really thought that was going to be it for me. But thankfully, there was no semis, nothing that were like really close behind me. Otherwise, they would have crushed me. And thankfully, I got blown off into a ditch, and it was very soft and cushioned out of the wind, thankfully. But that was as close to death as I have ever been, and it was really, really scary. So please, guys, do not drive into tornadoes unless you have a Dominator or something that can withstand a tornado. Just don't even do it. You think it'd be cool, but no. It's really scary when you think that you're safe and you're not. Especially when you have a potential tornado on the ground right next to you. And you don't know how big it is, you don't know how strong it is, you can't see it, nothing. But I don't know if it was, to this day, I don't even know if it was a tornado, if it was RFD, or what it was. But to me, I believe I did get hit by a tornado, and I got blown off the road by a tornado, or some very, very strong RFD winds from a tornado. But NWS has not confirmed that. But to me, I believe I was impacted by a tornado and blown off the road. So please, people, please, 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 if you are a storm chaser, be careful, because you risk your life every time you go out chasing. And sometimes that might be your last chase, and that could have been mine. So, yeah.
We just gotta get back. All right, hold on. Hold on, we gotta get out. We gotta get out of this. We're stuck. Hold on, hold on. Get out, get out, get out, go. Okay. Okay, we're out. We just got hit by the tornado, I think. We had to have just gotten hit by the tornado because, dude, I just got blown off the road. And there's stuff everywhere. Hold on, hold on. Were we just inside of it, or are we driving into it right now? Hold on. Where is it? Oh, it just went right through here, I think. We have to get back west.
Now, to add to my evidence and suspicion that I wasn't in a tornado, all over the road, just a little bit in front of me was tons and tons of tree limbs, leaves, and just trash from like the side of the road, because you know how highways are. People just throw their crap out of their car, and so there was just stuff everywhere.
And I was like, this, we probably just did get hit by a tornado. So my inking suspicion still holds true.
Hold on here. Oh, we're about to drive right into the tornado. Hold on here. What in the name is going on right now? I think we were inside of it. That was it right there. We were inside of it. I'm pretty sure we were inside of it. Because whatever it was, you could not see anything. Something was swirling around right there. Yeah, we were inside of it. We were inside the tornado, guys. We were legit just inside that tornado. Yep. Yep, we were inside of it. That was it. Yeah, we were in it. We were 100% in it. I was just inside that tornado.
Now that I am saying that I was inside a tornado right here because I was looking at the radar at the moment. I put it back like a couple frames and traced my GPS locator on there to exactly where it would have been, and then right there I saw this little tiny blip of blue and yellow. It was almost like a tiny little speck of a dot of debris going up on the CC. As well as this little point where the greens and the blues were touching really, really close with the yellows and the reds on the velocity. And they were there was gate to gate around 86 to, it was like 86 going towards the radar, and then going away from the radar, it was about 78 or something around there. So it was, I believe in my mind, I believe that was a tornado. I know you call me a fake, but I do believe that I was hit by a tornado right there.
Well, we're gonna get off here. We gotta call it in because we were in it. That was it. I promise you.
I'm currently here in Carthage, Mississippi. Anyone else can agree that this has been a bust of a moderate so far? Yeah, I don't think there's been one confirmed tornado yet. So, yeah. I don't know what's going on, but I come 8 hours to get nothing, really. So, let's see what the next 5 hours has to offer. And then the threat's over. So, yeah. I might be just wasting a bunch of money for nothing. So
That was definitely true at the moment. But there was probably at that moment 2 or 3 confirmed tornadoes that I just didn't know of because I had no service at that time. And then it definitely was a bust of a moderate. I will definitely say that. Hate me for saying that. It was a bust. No doubt about it. But at this point, I've been driving for probably 20 hours now. 20 hours almost straight. Running on no sleep, no food, nothing. So at this point, I was getting tired. It was only 7 o'clock, and then the threat was still going to go on until 3 a.m., surprisingly. But yeah, it just didn't work out for me. It was a waste of money for me, and I regret it. I really do regret it because I did not have the funds to do it. So,
Guys, we might have a there it is! There it is! Tornado! There's tornado on the ground! I think it's tornado. I saw a cone. Hold on. Hold on. It's right there. It's right in front of the power line. There it is. There it is. It's behind the trees. I see it. It's rain free.
I really would like to apologize for my actions right here because that I do not keyword I do not believe that that was a tornado. But at the moment, I hadn't seen anything all day. I was really hallucinating. I was tired as heck. It's almost midnight. I've been driving for now. At this moment, I've been driving for almost a day straight, and I hadn't seen anything. So my mind was going all over the place, and I was like, "That has to be a tornado." That was definitely the mesocyclone of that storm, but I don't know if it was a tornado or not. But I would like to apologize to the whatever county in Mississippi Kosciuszko is in, because I called that in. I called it in as tornado on the ground, and I could not confirm it. But had it been on the ground, I don't think I would have been able to see it either way because of all the trees. But the reason why I thought it was a tornado because you could see the top of it, and then a little bit in between you could get glimpses of a shadow in the tree line. But the trees are so thick, I couldn't tell if it was another tree or if it was the funnel coming down. But I would really like to apologize to those in the county that Kosciuszko is in Mississippi for calling in a false tornado that was probably just a funnel or just a mesocyclone, and I really am sorry about that. So if I'm better than that, I am really better than that. This night was just a whole crap show for me, and I I really look like a total idiot and look like someone who has no clue what they're doing. But I'm much better than that. I really just man, it's just hard to watch this again. But if you really need to be sure that something is what it is before you call it in to National Weather Service or emergency dispatch in the county, that way you don't spread panic and start stuff like that. So that's why I'm apologizing right now, but for my actions, I really do. I really am sorry.
There it is. It's right there. I see it. It's definitely either a tornado or very close to being a tornado. There it is. There it is. You see it? I saw it. Hold on. Hold on. Here, let me zoom in. It's right there. Come on, lightning. Come on. There's a tornado right there, I swear. Oh, there it is. Yes. 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 Yes, definitely. Hold up. Let me see the correlation. Velocity, at least. Yes. Tornado on the ground. Call it in. Call it in. Call it in.
I'm not gonna put in the clip. I'm editing out the clip where I called it in, so that way you guys don't have to hear my stupid idea that was a tornado. But
I look at CC. It looked like there possibly was a drop, but I do believe that was just the hail core of the storm now. At the moment, it was in the right place to be the tornado, if it was a tornado. But I couldn't tell you. I just can't tell you. So I'm sorry I called that in. I really am. And I regret every bit of it. But, you know, you can't take anything back in life. So...
It's probably at least, I don't know, a couple hundred yards wide if it is on the ground. It's pretty big. It's a pretty big funnel. Yeah, probably. All right, guys, we just called it in. There is definitely a large cone tornado on the ground going into Kosciuszko, or however the heck you say it. Definitely a large cone. It is on the ground. It's back there. I think it's rain wrapped. There it is. There it is. I legit see it. It's on the ground. I'm not kidding. Yes, it is on the ground. Definitely on the ground. It is on the ground. Yes. Yes. Yes, indeed. It is on the ground. It is on the ground. Here, right here. I'll show you. Here. Okay. Right here. See that little blue ball? Oh, actually, no. It's a little bit further north. That right there. Nicely curved. Definitely. There it is. It's on the ground. Definitely.
You saw that little yellow dot up there. That was what I was believing was the CC drop. I thought it was near, like, right next to Kosciuszko going into town. But that was just probably part of the hail or just some contamination on the radar. But I really did think one of those two blobs up there to the northwest side of Kosciuszko was a tornado. So, yeah, way to go, Ashton. I feel like a total idiot. Not very professional of me. It was not professional of me at all.
All right, we're on another tornado warning cell that is heading into Pickens right now again. And let's see if we can catch this one. It doesn't look as good as it was a little while ago, but you never know. This has been such a bust for a moderate risk. I hate it. There's your base, guys. Base is right in front of us. The hook would be on the left. If it's still there when we get there. Oh, they dropped the 20 warning. Yep. Well, we are probably done for the night. All right, guys, that was absolutely the worst moderate I've chased, and I only chased 3, but that was the worst one so far. I've seen multiple tornadoes on 2 moderate risks, and this is the first time on a moderate risk I don't think I've seen a tornado. That cone, I believe, was probably just a mezzo, and it was just so low on the ground because, you know, it's Dixie, and I probably couldn't see it. So this video is not going to be like a normal video. It's going to be what not to do on a chase, because I messed up so many times, and you guys will see exactly where. And I'm probably going to commentate the whole video. So don't do what I did yesterday. I made so many mistakes, and I got to learn from them. And before I get back out here and chase again, because yesterday it was not only a fault on the National Weather Service's part and that Storm Prediction Center's, but also mine, because it was a total bust. They should have seen it. There was not enough low-level rotation in the air. Everything else was in place. They just did not foresee that low-level rotation not being substantial for violent tornadoes. That's probably the worst moderate busting forever, from what I know. So, yeah, I got 8 hours back to Norman now. I'm here in Grenada, Mississippi, and we're heading back. So maybe we'll get something Monday. There's supposed to be some violent storms coming into Oklahoma. I wouldn't say they are going to be tornadoes, but definitely going to be some strong thunderstorms. So, anyways, never stop chasing, and I will see you guys next time on The Chase. Ashed it out.
Quick update. I made it back to Norman. I have pretty much driven 36 hours straight, and I'm done. I am stinky as heck. I have not taken a shower in a couple days. I have not gotten enough sleep. And that was a bust of a moderate risk. There was only like 2 or 3 confirmed tornadoes for a tornado outbreak. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be chasing a Dixie for a long time because that was just stupid. Never stop chasing, though.
Yeah, so I didn't get a radar update for another 20 minutes here, so that's why I thought it was still tornado warned, but it turns out I got a little bit of service, and then the tornado warning was dropped. So at that point, I was like, I'm done. This is it for the night. But note to self, do not go to sleep when there's tornado warnings nearby, because I was asleep. I fell asleep probably around 1 o'clock. And there were tornado warnings going off nearby, and I had no clue because I was asleep. So always make sure that you are out of harm's way when you're sleeping. Otherwise, y'all need to go to sleep because y'all are fine. But yeah. So that is going to wrap it up for this video. I know it's going to be probably about an hour-long video plus. But I really am sorry for this whole mess of a chase. It was terrible. I have learned from it, and I'm gonna keep on learning from it. I'm gonna learn from it on tomorrow and Tuesday because we have another probably gonna be a moderate risk for Tuesday. But at this point, it looks linear, so I'm not going to chase it. It's going to be down in the same exact area. I'm not going to go down there. I'm not chasing it. I don't want to do what I did last time. So, yeah, I really am sorry for everything that went wrong in this video. Learn from this video. Do not do what I did in this video. Do not try chasing if you do not have any prior background or knowledge or anything, or not trained, because you could get yourself killed, and I don't want that happening. So please just be responsible. Please be safe with chasing. Know your limits. Know what Mother Nature can do and how powerful it is. And the most important thing of all is to never stop chasing. We'll see you guys on the next video.